River City Domestic Violence Center. This is Anna. How can I help?
Hi. It's Molly. I just don't know what to do anymore.
Well, I think that you and the boys can come in and see us. We can go over any options that we have and help you in any way that we can.
Can I? I don't want to waste any more of your time.
I know it's a scary situation right now, but if you come in, we can go over your options and figure out what's best for you and your little boys.
I'm ready.
That sounds wonderful. I can't wait to meet you. I'll see you when you get here.
I don't know how it came to this. It was magic. We loved each other with such passion. And in the beginning, with the butterflies and excitement of new love, I finally felt appreciated. I felt understood. I felt loved. Love that I'd never felt before. It was euphoric. It was addicting. And that high had me falling blindly in love with the man I thought to be my soulmate. I'd never seen the monster I saw in his eyes that night. The next morning, I awoke to a text that read, "Dear beautiful, I love you so much. I don't know what came over me last night. Too much beer. I'm on my way over with your favorite Java and donuts. I have a special day planned just for you. I love you so much. I'll be there in a few." Flash forward a few more of those occasions later. Here we are, married, 2 boys, a mortgage, and an ominous foundation of a life together.
I'm scared. I just wanted to spend a night out with my friends. Maybe it was my fault for going out tonight. Maybe I shouldn't have drank anything. We went to a small get-together at a friend's house. There was this cute guy that sat by us and seemed interested in me. What was the harm in flirting a little? My friends and I were having fun, laughing and drinking. A little turned into a lot when he kept bringing me different drinks to try. My friends decided to leave. He urged me to stay and he'd take me home later. I stayed. We left the party soon after, but instead of taking me home, he took me to his house. I told him I'd rather just go home because it was late. He said, "Just another drink, we could hang," in his garage. I was hesitant, and he laughed at me saying, "Don't you trust me?" I really didn't trust him, but I didn't know what else to do. I don't know how or why, but I was laying down now. My arms are so heavy, I can't move them. He's at the end of the couch between my legs. He removes my underwear. I try to say something, anything, but I'm not sure if I did. Did I tell him no? Did I say stop? Oh God, is this all my fault? Why did I come here?
My life has never been considered easy. Growing up, there wasn't a strong support system to guide me through my challenges of my childhood. I struggled with mental illness at a young age and was admitted to multiple mental health facilities throughout my childhood and teenage years. This affected me when I had to work with others on a personal or social level, and I spiraled to drugs and alcohol. I started to behave erratically, and eventually I was kicked out of my home. A distant family member encouraged me to live with her. She told me she would give me a nice place to stay so I could get back on my feet. When I arrived, it wasn't what I imagined, and I had to live with her business partner who wasn't nice to me and would hit me. She would drug me and leave me so the men that she invited could come in and take advantage of me for money. When I sobered up, she would verbally abuse me, call me a liar, telling me that no one took advantage of me and that I made the whole story up to get attention.
I met my advocate 2 years ago when she and a police officer came to my house to check in on me after an evening filled with Matt's tirades that ended in the neighbors calling the police. She's been my pillar ever since that day, and I've been a handful on occasion. When it seemed like there were no options for me and the kids, and I was being failed by every person I reached to for help, she listened as I screamed and cried in frustration and spoke bitter words only a shattered woman would spew. And she never turned her back. She ended every conversation with the biggest bear hug and 6 words that play through my mind every day. "I'm not giving up on you." She would always tell me, "When you're ready to leave, I'm here, 2 p.m., 2 a.m., just make the call." I'm here. And here I was, making the call. I was ready. This may not be the first time I've left, but it will certainly be the last. I read somewhere that a survivor of domestic violence leaves an average 7 times before they leave for good. I'm on mile marker number 5. Every mile marker I pass, I get a little stronger. And it's because the team at River City gave me what I needed to find me again. In all my dreams of a fairy tale, living in safe haven was never a thought, but it's where we landed. And as my boys, they love it here. Staff are constantly loving on them, and people who are helping me break the cycle of violence that they have been exposed to.
I don't want to go to the hospital, but I know that's what I'm supposed to do. So I go. This doesn't feel real. I hear the nurses talk about a SANE kit. They ask me if I'd like an advocate. I say yes to whatever they're asking. I just want this night to be over. My eyes are closed and I'm trying to forget this night ever happened when someone walks in and introduces herself as an advocate. She sits next to my bed and lets me know that she's there to help me in any way I need her. I tell her I need my mom. Where is she? She said she'd be here. A different nurse comes in and tells me she's the sexual assault nurse examiner. She has a bag full of items and papers. She explains what she is there to do. It's terrifying. I just say yes to everything. She asks me to undress while standing on a sheet of tissue which collects any evidence that falls. She asks for my underwear and seals it in a bag. She scans every part of my body as I stand there exposed. She points out marks and bruises and asks me about them. She takes large Q-tip swabs and runs them all over my body. Every place I tell her he touched. Each one she puts into a plastic container and labels them with a body part. I feel numb. This isn't happening. The lady who is my advocate tries to help me find out where my mom is. She asks the front desk to be on the lookout for her. She also makes a phone call to the police to see if my mom is with them giving a statement or something. She isn't. I'm scared. I just want my mom. On that night, I had to repeat what happened to me 3 times, in detail, every single detail I could remember. I didn't want to remember. I didn't have answers for some things. I didn't know why I couldn't move or why this happened or even where I was exactly. My mom never shows up. I only have the advocate by my bed the whole 6 hours I'm at the hospital. When the nurses, doctor, police, and sheriff are done with me, I realize I have no way to even get back home. I don't want to call my friends. I don't want to bother them. The advocate gets me a ride home where I can finally try to forget this never, ever happened.
I was lucky to get out of my situation through a community member who recognized it as sex trafficking. She helped me get in contact with Call to Freedom, and they referred me to River City Domestic Violence Center in Yankton. I met with coordinators and advocates who helped me put on a 30-day success program to help me get back on my feet. They were compassionate, believed my story, and helped me apply for various programs to help me gain employment, housing, and multiple counseling services. Although I had a strong support system through this facility and was beginning to trust others again, I was still terrified that my abusers would still be looking for me. Each of my abusers severely changed my mental well-being, severe enough that the best option for me is inpatient therapy. I am grateful River City Domestic Violence Center helped me lay a foundation so I can gain my independence back. I have a long way to go, but I am even more grateful that they stand by me as I get the care I need.
My brother and I now come to visit my dad at the place that is not our home, called River City Family Connections. My dad is already in one of the playrooms when my mom drops us off. I get nervous when my mom leaves, but she always comes back. I like to visit with my dad at this place. I feel safe. The staff is nice, and they always smile and make sure that I am protected. I don't have to hide and protect my brother here. My dad smiles, laughs, and is not angry. We talk about school and play games together. My little brother is still a little afraid, and he always sits right by me. But my dad can sometimes make him smile. The best part about our visits is that there's no fighting, screaming, or hitting. If I get overwhelmed with our conversation, the staff greets me in the hall and lets me know it's okay to take a break for a few moments in a safe, separate room. I can return when I am feeling better and calm. This helps my dad and I get along better. Sometimes we both need a little break. When our visit is over, I sometimes give him a hug goodbye. My little brother still hides behind me. Someday, I know he will give him a hug too, just not yet. Staff lets us know when it is time to go, and we walk together to greet our mom. The staff make sure that we get to the car and leave safely.
At times it feels truly impossible. You will wonder how a child can survive such raw violence and trauma. The parent of abuse can feel the moment their child's heart stops beating in their own innocence and breaks into a million pieces. Those pieces can be mended, but there will be scars for a lifetime. Through the healing process, they will hopefully defy the impossible and learn to survive in a loving, stable environment and safe home. My hope is that as we welcome them into our agency with a warm smile, they can start that healing process. We are here to help navigate their way through the trauma. We are here to provide shelter and safety. We are here to help them survive.
I've been given the opportunity to walk alongside hundreds of survivors. And after taking in each one of those moments, I know one thing for sure. Each survivor's story is different, and the things that they've endured, the things that shook them to their core. But the one thing that's the same is the fact that they each deserve the gift of time. Time to heal and time to find themselves, and at their own pace. That time is their journey. They say that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one single step. Sometimes that step is the most terrifying thing you'll ever do. So when you're ready, we're here. When the challenges of one moment to the next takes you backwards 20 steps, we're still here.